Okay, so this question is directed to you, Mr. Sharp. We have received an overwhelming number of questions on why an agreement was made that included 6 days of pay. So can you explain the reasoning behind asking the teachers to vote on a contract that included 6 days of pay?
During the negotiation process, you get to a point where there is no movement on either side. And at that point, we were told that this is their final offer. And once a final offer is given to us, then at that time, we had to take it to our membership for them to make the final decision. So we didn't really have an opportunity to negotiate after the final was given to us.
And so the vote was 48%, 52%, is that correct?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. And so about 50-50 is really half the teachers agreed and half the teachers didn't. Right. So
that is correct.
Okay, so for those teachers that did not agree, were they complaining about those 6 days, or what was the reason that 50% of the teachers did not agree with the contract?
Well, I can't speak for everyone, obviously, because I didn't have an opportunity to get the information from each individual person. But in the situation that they were faced with, you always have to take and think of the big picture. A lot of people did not want to continue to strike because they wanted to be in the classroom with the students. Because at some point you have to start thinking about who else is suffering besides those people that's participating in the strike. You also have the students out there. So I'm sure that weighed heavy on many teachers' mind, because that's the reason they went into teaching is for those students.
Okay. All right. So we are faced with 50% of our teachers being happy and 50% of our teachers not being happy, right? What is the GEA doing about the morale for the teachers right now?
Well, we're trying to answer any question that we can to make sure they fully understand everything that took place. We've had open forums for if the teachers have any questions, or if the community had any questions, and we try to best our ability to answer those. With any situation like this, it takes time. And I think that's the thing that we're looking at right now. It's going to take time, and it's going to take something like this where we can actually sit down and meet with administration and the school board and take a look at things and see what we need to do to improve or make things work to the positive in the future.
Do you have any suggestions for increasing the morale for the teachers?
Excuse me?
Do you have any suggestions for increasing the morale for the teachers?
Well, I think they need to see that there's being things put in place to make changes. I think that they believe that if we leave things the way that they were in the past, we're going to be facing these things over and over again. So my belief is that they're hoping that things get put in place so that we can start making some changes and some communication starts happening between administration and the GEA so that we can start making plans together and work together as a team. And I think if the teachers see that to start happening, maybe the morale will start changing.
Luann, did you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that at the high school, I know we had a meeting last week where we all got together, whoever wanted to come after school and just talk about how they were doing, basically. And we tried to brainstorm some ideas of what we could do for ourselves as a staff in our building to help each other to heal from this. And I think we came up with some starting ideas of coming together more as a staff, having more opportunities to meet and talk with each other about how people are feeling, not just issues that we want to take today, of just how we're doing in general. So that, to me, I think that's just a beginning of hopefully some more meetings that we have with each other and planning some things that we do together to try to help us heal.
Okay. Bart, you play a very important role in that healing process for the teachers. Is there anything that, and please understand that this question is very important to our parents, because our children spend more time with their teachers than they do with their parents most days. And so if we have an unhappy teacher, then we have an unhappy child. That's the line of thinking. So is the district doing anything, or the board, like, are we doing anything
building's principals have been directed to come up with some sort of plan that they feel best meets their needs, because all the buildings are different. All of our makeup of every building is completely different. The high school is a lot different than any of the elementaries. One building at the elementary is completely different than the other building. The central office team began reading a book called The Advantage by Patrick Lancioni, and it's about organizational health, and we're going to share that in the COT meeting. We just finished the book because obviously we haven't had a whole lot of time, but and then we're going to spread the news that we get to the principals, and hopefully they'll go to the teachers. One thing that I hope everybody understands, that this isn't the only community that's been involved in a strike, and it's been very frustrating for me and for the union as well. But it is over, and if everybody will work together, I think we can really pull it back together. And honestly, my retirement should be a good thing for the district. We need new leadership, and I think the union knows that, and the board knows that, and basically I failed, and I feel bad about that. But the key is we're going to keep working this year to try and mend some of those fences between the union and us. We've got some things that happened through negotiations that were really good. We've got a salary committee together with the union and the administration, and we're going to start working on how we can correct the salaries, because the issue is our lower teachers are not paid very well, and our upper teachers are paid pretty decently. But if you try to change that at one setting, it's almost impossible. And so we're going to get the union with the administration, and the teachers are going to be involved, and we're going to try to get that solved, and we've got 4 years to do it. So hopefully a new leader will come in, and we're going to start working on it right now. There are actually dates set to get that done, so many days, and I hope that the union is willing with us, and we're going to try and get that solved.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'm not necessarily sure I agree with